Hi guys, Craig talking here. Um, I want to go over how we would configure a Gmail account. Gmail account A, the primary Gmail account, to send and receive emails on behalf of another Gmail account. So you may have multiple Gmail accounts, and you want to just manage everything from one account. And this only applies really to your Gmail. It wouldn't affect your Google Plus, but you can configure calendar to work from one account. But that's something else I'll talk about in another lesson. Leave the comments below if you need to know, and I'll get on to making that video as soon as. And like I say, so you've got multiple accounts, and you want to use one account to manage all the emails for all your other accounts. So you have a primary account and one or two or three, however many secondary accounts. So what I've done is I've set up two accounts here in Gmail. One's called Chris, and that's my primary account, and the other one is George. You might, multiple different names. That's not really the normal scenario, but I just wanted to sort of have a clear distinguish, to clearly distinguish the two different accounts. So Chris is going to manage the email from Chris and George. He's going to be able to retrieve all the emails, receive emails from George, or that are for George, and he's going to be able to send on behalf of George. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to George's account. And here we have it. It's empty at the moment. We're going to go to our settings. We're going to go the cog up at the top right here, click settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to forwarding and POP. And we're going to enable POP for all mail, or what might be more appropriate for you for all mail that arrives from now on. So it's all mail that's in your inbox now and going forward, or mail that arrives from now on. And then we're going to say what we want to happen once that mail's been recovered. I'm going to say delete Gmail, copy. I'm actually going to say, so that we can it's visible, I'm going to keep Gmail's copy in the inbox, but you can choose to delete it. And if you're going to be doing this as a permanent thing, you're not really going to come into the secondary email account. So I would say delete the copies, otherwise this box will become full eventually. 15 gigabytes is a lot of space, but eventually it will become full. So you'll probably delete, I'm going to keep, just because it's an exercise. I'm going to save changes, and that's that done. Something that I'll quickly point out is if you do need to get to what your POP settings are, which we'll need for this exercise, you can click here and I want to enable POP. You're going to be doing it for, just say other, and here's all the settings with regard to setting up POP manually. So we've configured the secondary account to work with POP, and now I'm in the primary account, Chris, and I'm going to go again up here to the cog on the right. I'm going to go to settings, I'm going to go to accounts, and I'm going to add a POP3. Something else we're going to want to do is send mail as, but to be honest, this is all part of the wizard. So by doing this, it kind of takes us through these steps as well, all in one. It's a quicker process, but like I say, you can do it separately. Let's add a POP3 mail account. I've already done this before, but we type the name of the email address we want to recover. We want the secondary email address, and in this case it's gwilkson60@gmail.com. I'm going to say next. It gives you a username of just that bit, but you will need the full address. Excuse me. Put password in for George's account, the secondary account. We need to change this to pop.gmail.com and leave this as 995. This box here should reflect what you've done in George's account. So if you said to leave the copies alone in Gmail, then you need to do it here. If you said delete, then you need to leave that unticked. I said leave the copies alone, so I'm going to do it here as well. You always want to use a secure connection, and this here option here is label incoming messages, and it's incoming messages from George's account, the secondary account. So we're going to tick that. You can leave it as the email address you want. I before created a new label and went and chose George Mail. You don't want to archive. I mean, you might want to. Archiving will mean that your email will kind of probably get lost unless you regularly go looking for your archive mail. It's not deleting it. It just removes it from your inbox and just takes it and puts it in a folder that's not visible from your normal inbox. If you search for it, it will be visible. But under normal circumstances, I would say don't tick that box. So add account. Okay, so it doesn't like that. So let's just leave that alone. Okay, that second box, that first box. Sorry, leave a copy. Let's not configure that. Put the password in again. Alright, that worked fine that time. So, do you want to be able to? You can now retrieve email from that account. Would you like to be able to send email as that person? So, say, well, yes, you do. That's giving me my name, the primary. It's not my name, the primary account's name, but we want it to be George, the secondary account. And we're going to leave treat as alias. Press next, send verification code. Now, move that out of the way from it. I'm going to jump back in George's mail and go to his inbox, and there we go. An email has arrived. We want this code here. I'm going to bring that box back in. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to verify it. Job is done. If I go back to Chris's account now, go to inbox, what we should see in a few minutes is an email arrive. That same email we just got, so this email, Gmail team confirmation, should be in Chris's mail in a few minutes. But while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to take you in and show you a couple of other things. Let's go back into our settings, go to our accounts, and what we want to do is want to check that this. Well, first off, you want to be sure that Chris Davies, your primary account, is your default, which it looks like it is. If you want the other account to be your default, you can say make default, and all emails you compose in the future will come from George or secondary email account. This is probably the one you want to have on. Reply from the same address the message was sent to. So if it was sent to George, then you'll reply from George. If it was sent to Chris, then you'll reply from Chris. Now, if you're transitioning from one account to another, you may want to to ensure that people get your new email address, you may want to always reply from your default. It's really up to you. I don't know what your scenario is, why you're doing this. It's currently checking mail. It is at the moment. This may take a few minutes to come through. I can show you it works. I'm going to run out of time. Unfortunately, I only get 10 minutes to record these videos. So I'm going to wrap it up now. That's pretty much it. That's all done. You can add multiple accounts here. You can add another account if you've got more than one Gmail account. And like I say, this won't allow you to access your Google Plus account from here, but you can configure your calendar to work from the one account also. If you want to see that video, you want me to create that video for you, just leave a message below and I'll get on with creating it. Okay, thanks for your time. I hope you're finding this video helpful. Any questions, leave them below, and I'll speak to you again soon.